What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is
They
up?
went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something.
This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all of this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to start. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably up in prison. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that.
What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you had a blue thong or a blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
What up? 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 What's up? What's good, people? What is up? It is me. It is I, L Teddy 27, and we are back. We are back, starting yet another series of exclusive interviews with real life reality and cast members of various shows on that platform. Today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed enough and fortunate enough to be able to interview a young lady from the show Real Life Ballroom. She will be the first interview that we do with the cast of Real Life Ballroom. And I think it's very appropriate that she's the first one. She is mother to many. She is a part of, well, I know her mainstream house is Mizrahi. Her Kiki house sometimes can, go back and forth in between whoever floated her boat that month, or she might be 007. You never know. Whoever making her feel good at the time. But we have the incandescent, effervescent, and extraordinary one Miss Paige Brooks Mizrahi.
Yes.
How are you, sweetheart?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I am more than excited, and I've been looking forward to this interview. But I need to correct you. My Kiki house is Monse.
Oh, it's Monse this month. What is it going to be next month, though? Because
next month is going to be Monse.
You had a
It's
whole
gonna be
tea
Wednesday.
house
You know,
when we
do you hear
filmed
the
this though.
woo!
See, see, that's this what we want to do.
It's Wednesday.
Okay, not
Wednesday.
YG.
Well, I was YG for 4 years. I'm a pretty loyal.
So let's start
Um,
there. Let's start
yeah.
with you and ballroom. Let's go all the way back because I know on this show you talked about taking a long break from ballroom. Where did you start with ballroom, and what was that like when you started in ballroom, and what made you take a break?
um, my ballroom career, when I was starting ballroom, there was no Kiki scene.
Right? Yeah,
Um,
I'm old enough to remember there was no Kiki scene in
there was
ballroom.
no
Like,
Kiki scene. I was 19 years old, and I had moved from Atlanta after graduating high school um, with my then at the time close friend and her family to Indiana. And there is where I felt as though I could do it better than what
in
I was
Indiana.
seeing. Well, I mean, I could do it better. OTY. But I there's where I knew I could do it better. The cookie cutter geesh is what they called it.
Hmm. I'm
It
a man
was,
of a certain age, so I know all of the old lingo. We can
yeah.
talk old school, when the girls get up in geesh. We can talk I'm hip.
Called
I'm
it,
about that life. Hmm.
called it geesh. You get up in, and I
Hmm.
felt like I could do it better. I felt like I would look really, really good. For a long time, I said, no, that's too much for me. That's too this or that's too that, and I was like, that's not for me. And then I did it, and I met myself for the first time at 19 years old. I took one look in the mirror, and there was no turning back for me. In fact, my hair color was like this at the
Oh
time.
wow.
And I mean, I went all in, and the attention that I got, the comfortability that I got from it, and the just it was me. I met myself. That night that I had went out, I met a man by the name of Otis.
Oh,
And
Otis.
Otis, yes, Otis. Um, he was then at the time Father Prestige,
Hmm.
and I became a Prestige. I walked my first ball, and something I will never have to ever say again. But it was a humble beginning. My first ball, I was chopped. I had never gone to any practice. I had never known to walk upright and stay within you know, who I was. But I was just getting to know myself. So I didn't realize that at the time it was just characteristics that would get you chopped or anything. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm 21 now. And
Wait. Hold on. Because I remember on the show you said you took like 10 years off. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. 21 year olds don't go around saying getting up in geesh and stuff.
I am
Girl!
21 now. I am forever 21. Um,
How many
uh,
times have you been 21 is the
no,
question.
I've been 21.
I'm not gonna make you do that to herself because of Lydia doesn't quite tell
You
her
know what?
age.
I am so proud and so thankful and blessed to be able to say that I'm 38 and I will be 39 this July on the 10th.
Child, that means
So
that
thankful.
you're 86. My oldest child is a 86 baby. My
Yes, I
oldest
am
child is an
so
86 baby.
grateful. I am
I
so
love him.
grateful.
He stay
Yeah.
down in Jonesboro with his boyfriend, Knucklehead.
Okay.
But my
Well,
that's my oldest child. That's my eldest. My first son is child.
yeah. Well, nothing. There will never be another one like him.
Mm.
And yeah,
So
absolutely. So
what happened with
that's where
Prestige?
I got my start.
Huh?
That's right. That's where I got my start
Okay.
at 19.
Well, what happened that made you leave? What got you to the point where you said, "Listen, I'm done."
Okay, we're gonna be transparent about this.
Mhm.
I when I left, there were several things that were going on. It wasn't just one thing, right? I was a part of a house that I shall not name because I will never be disrespectful. Um,
It wasn't
Ballroom is,
prestige.
yeah. Well, no, it wasn't prestige. I had moved back to
Okay.
Atlanta, and when I moved back to Atlanta, I became the member of another house because I was never going back to Indiana ever.
It's a
That's
horrible
not my
place. It is.
birthplace.
It's
That's
pretty
not.
horrible.
I wouldn't call it a horrible place, but it's just not a place for a um a young black, you know, woman. It's not.
It's not.
Um,
I've
it's
been
not.
there. It is not
Not.
inviting
Um,
to black people. It's not inviting to the Rainbow Coalition, as I like to call us.
Not at
It is
all. You
not
know, when I was
inviting.
there, they had one club. I wasn't even old enough to get in, but you knew everyone in that city, from Marion County to Kessler to all of Indiana, was that one spot. And there's where we hung out at. If you were too young, you couldn't get in, you hung out outside. And
We had a club like that in Miami.
yeah,
We called it
it was called the
Sugars.
10. It was called the 10.
The
Yes.
one in Miami was called Sugars, and you had to be,
Yeah.
I think, 25 to get in Sugars. And so when I used to even come home from college, there used to be
25.
this old white lady named Alice. That was her name, Alice. They were like, she had this platinum blonde hair, big fat
Come
white lady.
on.
And Miss Alice did not play the radio. Now, every
Mm.
now and again, you might can get somebody to open the back door and sneak you in. But Miss Alice didn't play around. She always had people back there checking that back door
Maybe there was no sneaking in at the 10.
down the Sugars.
It was
But
one way in and one way out that we
one
knew
way,
of.
one way in and one way out. I know that's right.
Yes. But I
So,
moved back to Atlanta and
mhm.
I became a member of a house where in which I met my father and a lot of and then my newfound sisters, who are still my sisters to this day, but you know, we're not as close as we were then. And a lot of me leaving the scene had a lot to do with those sisters. Um, they were quote unquote giving me a backbone that I never asked to receive,
Mm.
or giving me thick skin that I never, you know, asked for. Um, I come from a big family, which I don't need any more thick skin. It's
I
as thick
know
as it
that's
gets.
right.
I
I
was
do too.
homeless at 10 years old, and there was nothing I could do about it. So thick skin is not something I need to be trained or you know coaxed into having. It's in my blood. Um, so it really just was, you know what? I'm over these girls. I do not want to be a part of this. This is not what I'm about. Um, and these same girls introduced me to escorting. And while I was escorting, I'm going to be super transparent here. Something I've never done this before. This is truly exclusive. I've never talked about it, but I feel like talking about it has been a release for me lately. And my story is not for me. My story is to free someone else, for anyone who is going through it, because I've gone through it and I've gotten through it and I'm restored and I'm delivered from it. Um, while I was escorting, I was introduced to drugs. And that's what kept me away. That's not why I had to leave, but it's what kept me away from ballroom because I knew how cutthroat ballroom was. And I knew that appearances mattered. I also knew that the people that introduced me to ballroom and the people that I was connected with would completely and totally disagree with it and definitely shun me and make me feel like the worst person in the world. Or perhaps they would have lifted me up and grabbed me by my bootstraps with me and helped me the rest of the way. I would never know because I'm no longer in that space. But those were some of the reasons why I left. I felt like my personal life was spiraling out of control and I needed to get a grip of it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. And I know that when you think about the history of ballroom and you think about how important it is to the history of especially the black um, gay community or just the people of color gay community. Houses and families started out of ballroom, and certainly when I was young and gay, I wasn't in ballroom, but I did have a family. And, I remember how important that was, and how you needed that guidance and tutelage to kind of help you navigate through. I grew up during a time where people were still getting gay bashed, and you couldn't just say, "Oh, I'm out and about and I'm just going to be prancing around." Baby, you might have got killed. And
Yeah.
so your gay parents would help you navigate through first loving yourself
Loving yourself.
and loving all that you are,
Yeah.
and it's the same way within the ballroom family, and the importance of that. So even when you tell the story of going through that experience, I just wonder, have you ever had a conversation with your parents at that time, like your father or mother at that time? Have you had a conversation since then about that time with them to see whether or not they may have said, "Nah, baby girl, we got you. Come over here. I got you. We're gonna love on you and we're gonna make sure you good." Like, has that conversation ever happened?
I believe that if that conversation were to have happened,
Mm,
I was only absent from the scene. I wasn't unreachable.
interesting. Got you. We're here. I got you. I
Okay.
got you. How does that shape how you are with your current kids?
Oh, I'm stern. I'm stern. Hey, stop it. I'm super stern with them. I'm proud of them, especially two of them, because two of them, um, I'm so proud to say that they are no longer, you know, users, that they are in recovery and that they are strong and that they are thriving and that they are surviving because I went through that, because I was able to elevate from that. I was able to help them and assist them with becoming sober and figuring out what this new sobriety was and what this new normal was. I was able to help them navigate through that. So it's my connection with my kids is super strong, unbreakably strong.
I want
Absolutely. And we've been through the ringer enough for me to be able to say that.
I want to fast forward to today. Something you mentioned earlier, and I could see maybe some of that happening again today. A lot of girls today, they'll never talk about girls who had to escort, or even the fact that they have to escort today, because there are, well, prior to recent history, the last couple months, the last month or so, the world is a lot more inviting, tolerant, or had been, I should say, because it's a different place in the last month or so. But the world was a lot more tolerant, inviting. There was a lot more space and opportunities within, professional places, or within, uh, everyday society for a lot of our sisters and brothers. And so there may not be the need for that anymore. But I have a lot of
Ooh.
friends who always say that built character, that taught you how to get it from the dirt, and taught you, you know, that sometimes you got to make it happen. And I only say that because we're getting to a day where now every part of our community is trying to be forced back into dark closets and spaces,
Yeah.
and so as not to do that. So a lot of opportunities that many people took advantage of or took for granted are not going to be there anymore. So, and I know you have a business, you have a lot of different things that you're
Yeah.
doing. What do you say to a young one of our young sisters that today may be looking at how things are going in the country and say, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how to navigate through this. I've never lived through a time where I had to be, boxed in. What do you say to those our sisters today?
I say now is the time to remember who you are and to be comfortable with who you are in your shell. Because it's no longer can you hide behind closed doors. No longer can you hide behind your computer. No longer can you sit back and watch the world discount you or count you out. No longer can you sit back and do and say and just be. Now's the time for you to put on your big girl panties, put your good face on, and go outside. Get in the streets. I'm not telling you to walk the streets. I'm telling you to stand up. Stand up for what you believe in and go for what you know. Now is the time for you to have a voice more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
More than ever, this is the time for you to speak up and speak out. Go into these places that are supposed to provide you with funding and challenge them to go against the status quo.
What's
Challenge
so
them.
what's so
Get in
funny
their
is
faces.
the leaders of all of our movements have always been our sisters. And this is before we had any funding, any money, any support. This is when they were still calling us a mental illness and a they said that we were mentally
It's
ill.
also a time for you to check on your strong people and gather your weak people too and make them strong where they're weak and be, you know what I'm saying? All of that. This is a time for unity. If our community does not come together, we will surely be dismissed.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I think
We will
that
surely be dismissed.
because so many of our younger members of our community shy away from families, shy away from having a gay month, and we need that type of community more now, you know what I'm saying, than we have in the recent past. So that's something that even now, because I had told myself, listen, I got 5 kids. I don't have no more room for no more damn kids. But I've said to
I
myself,
say the same thing, and
I
I
said to
literally
myself,
just
you know
got a new one.
what? We're getting to a time where you may have to have a couple more,
Yeah,
pop a couple more of them out.
yeah. The way I
Or at
see it,
least have
you came
my
into my
kids
life
have
for a
more
reason.
kids.
Yeah, you came into my life for a reason. It's up to me and you as an adult because a lot of the times our kids come into our lives as
Hmm.
adults, as broken adults, and it's up to us to do the real adulting and say, why did this individual come into my life? Why, God, why? What am I supposed to do to help move them along? What am I supposed to do to help elevate them? What am I supposed to do that they did not get? Because you're thinking, here's this grown person. There's nothing that your parents could have possibly, but a lot of their parents missed on a lot of things because they quote unquote did not know how to raise an LGBTQIA plus, child. Simple. You just love on them. You treat them like
Hmm.
you would anybody else.
Yep.
You build them up. You figure out what they're best at, and then you gear them. You guide them in that direction, and you mold them, and you encourage them, and then you participate when they are blessed and they have an accolade. You show up for them and you clap for them. It's that simple. It's not
Okay.
rocket scientists. It's not. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to raise an LGBTQIA plus child. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
It's so
Put
hard
down your
because
Bible. Put down your book that tells you to love and actually love. It's that simple.
I want to switch up and talk a little ballroom.
Do it.
Recently, we've had over recent years, we've had a big push in ballroom. You have shows like Legendary, you have shows like House of Fire, you have
I
people
love
like Beyonce and stuff that are promoting ballroom in their concerts and shows. And so a
Yeah.
lot of people within ballroom have been getting opportunities to go, big global mainstream where there hasn't been that for a lot of people in the past. What's the good and bad about that? Good and bad.
The good is that we are there's a lot of good in it. Um, we've always had a platform, but now here's another platform where in which we were no where in which we were not welcomed for a long time. We literally had to hide behind curtains and doors and the dungeons to have balls, right? And we would have them during weird hours, and we had to keep it on the hush hush, or the men would be DL, and all of that is culture, right? All of that is a part of our culture. That is that is that is that is us, right? Now we can live it out loud, right? We got that platform. Not only that, it created jobs for us. It created opportunities for us to be visible, to be heard, to be able to speak our truth. I think what's negative about it is those that they are allowing to come through the gates, right? Because you have gatekeepers,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Which is also a negative thing, but also a positive thing. Gatekeeping can be negative and positive, because you gotta push forth the ones that are actually ready, and they're gonna actually do the work, and that are gonna actually put it in a light in which more can come through the gate, right? So it can be good and bad, but also coming through this gate, the negative about that is we're being exploited, and we're still underpaid, and we're still overlooked, because that same community that's snatching our culture from us is not standing up for us. That same community that is giving us these jobs, that's giving us that wants to take our lingo, that wants to,
Mm.
all of this, that where were they? Where are they when it's time for us to protest a trans sister being murdered or slaughtered in the streets? Where are they when one of our trans brothers have been slaughtered or raped? Where are they? They're not speaking up and speaking out about it at all. They're still behind closed doors, going underneath the ground with Diddy. I'm gonna leave it there.
Because we know a whole lot of people within the community that was down to the Diddy parties.
That's all I have to say. Diddy, don't come after me. I'm
Well,
sorry. I love you, baby.
mm, let me ask you this. Um, who's your faves that you see on these mainstream platforms? Who you when you see them, you be like, oh, I'm so glad. I can tell you who my fave that I see on these platforms. Well, first, what I hate is I hate when they bring people like on shows like Legendary that don't know ballroom, have nothing to do with ballroom, and they're sitting there over there really trying to judge people, and they don't even know what they're judging, looking for, anything like that. That irks my spirit, but that's a whole nother argument. My fave is probably Deshaun,
I
because
love
I
the shot.
know Deshaun, and I hate that
I don't
Deshaun
know
don't get
any.
out
I don't
there.
know any of them. I don't know of any of them, but I love the fact that they're there, and that they're fearless,
Like
and they've
Deshaun, I
been
know
fearless
him
this whole.
from legendary Vogue in bar. Like you talking about somebody to go Vogue the house down. That was all. Every time I see him, he always. Um.
Yeah.
Let me ask this: what's outside of your own categories? What are your three favorite categories to watch outside of your own categories that you walk
Yeah.
in? What is your
Um,
three favorite to watch?
Sex siren, of course.
Male and female.
um, any form of sex siren,
Okay.
I like it. Whether it be female figure sex siren, um, catboy, any form of sex siren, I
And can you
enjoy
explain? You
watching.
know what? And I'm glad you're here. I've tried to explain to a coworker of mine because got in the ballroom. So she was like, "Well, what's the difference between the regular sex sirens and catboy?" And I tried, and I was like, "I don't know if I could cry. Like I know what it is, but I can't really put it in words for
It's
her."
like a weight
I was like, "You
class.
just
It's
gotta
like a
know."
weight. Yeah, I think the slight difference, and it's a slight difference, it's just a weight class. If you have
Right,
a
that's why I
tight
say cat boys
person,
is always smaller
yeah,
than the
they're always
regular sex siren.
slim.
I think twinks
They
when I
got
think
muscle to them as
cat boy.
well. They're so petite and so fucking pretty and so fucking sexy. It's just a cat boy. You want to just
To
look at him
me,
and be like,
cat boy is like twinks to me. Whereas
yeah.
the regular sex sirens, they
It's
they
like
they come
those
in
are,
like
ooh, baby. Those are your. Oh, that's daddy.
right.
Yeah, that's daddy right there.
What is the
Absolutely.
what is the tell me something that you saw at a ball that really made your eyes pop out of your head and you said, "Oh my god. That really happened." Like tell me an example of something that really amazed and surprised you at a ball.
Oh,
I'll go first. I can tell you what surprised me. I went to a ball. Where was I? I think I was in New Orleans. No, I was in New Orleans. I know I was in New Orleans.
because I've been to so many.
And I went to a ball. This is the first time. This had to be back in like 2000, like
Yeah.
6 or 7, right? I went to a ball. We get to sex siren, male sex siren. They just started whipping out and throwing it on the table. It was my first time I had saw that. I had been to I said that now I've seen it a lot of times
I
after
sure
that.
wish I was at that ball, honey.
Listen, I've seen it several times after that. But niggas pulling out their dicks and shit and just whipping it on the table and hitting it on the table in front of the
I,
judges. And I'm sitting there in a mate because my boyfriend at the time, he walked. He
and
didn't walk.
what
That
year was
wasn't his
this?
category. That wasn't
What
his
year was
category,
this?
but huh?
What year was this?
This is like 2005 or 6, somewhere around
Really?
there.
Yeah, that was the year I graduated high school.
And baby, that they was whipped. I said, "Oh, this what we're doing." It was like my boyfriend was so bad because I was looking real hard. He was like, "You looking real hard over there?" Yes,
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm looking. Shit. You don't see that thing on
that
that
was the
table right
first
there?
time I
You don't see that
literally was like,
tsunami up there on that table? Yes, God.
I literally sat there like, because we was right by the stage because he was with his house and it was a bad child.
Yeah. I think for me, I can't remember the first time I saw somebody fight at a ball, but baby, when they start fighting at a ball, you better get the hell out the way.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
me, that was the most shocking thing I'd ever seen because I always thought that ballroom was, you know, hey, friendly competition.
Baby,
Yeah,
them girls be fighting,
baby, those girls do not play. Baby, when they want you, they gonna come and get you. They gonna jump
especially the
across the
judges.
table.
Let the wrong person get chopped.
Let the wrong person get you.
Baby, and you judging and you chopped them, baby, you better have
Yes.
security to the car. You better
So
have
it really
somebody.
threw me. It really threw me when you know what I'm saying. When anytime a fight breaks out, it really just it never ceases to amaze me. I'm always shocked.
Child.
I'm always like, girl, y'all couldn't take care of that later on. There have been times where I've gotten all done up to walk the category and literally did not walk because a fight broke out. Because the
Mm.
promoters and the people who own that facility just it's zero tolerance. And I think that yeah, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
So, there's a lot of people on this show. They ain't in the credits production, but they on the show, but they ain't in the credits. They not in no pictures. You only got 4 people on the pictures, but 39 people on the show. God
Wait,
help us.
God help us
Production.
all. God help us all.
Um, who do you think has the most talent on the show?
That's hard to say because everybody has a different, talent
Mhm.
or gift to bring. I think in that sense, everyone's talent is equal. Just because somebody is winning more than the other doesn't mean that they are the most talented. They're
Gotcha.
just participating more, and or probably have more support. So I would kick it to you like that, honestly, because it's all different. Like if there was, two or three people within the same category, in a sense, on this
Mm-hmm.
show, that I could
Then
probably
it'd
answer
be
that a little bit
easier
more
to make that
fairly.
decision.
But
Got you.
honestly, I think that the most talented, all are equivalent, because each of us do something different in ballroom, and I think we deliver. I think all of us deliver.
Do you think that I I've sometimes when I've watched shows like Real Life and Philanthropy or Real Life
Mm,
and Music, I've always said, why you don't never show the stuff after the and more? And I'm like that now on Real Life and Ballroom, because ballroom is interesting. People are into ballroom. People like watching balls. Like I have
yeah,
whole channels on YouTube that don't do nothing but show, ball, and I be all into it. Shout out to
right.
them. Ballroom throwbacks and Jay Garcon and all of them. They be
Woo!
they be
Ballroom
having.
throwback. That was oh, what was his name? Tom Blumenthal, wasn't it?
Mhm. And Jay Garcon and them, they be coming. You don't miss the
Yeah.
ball messing with
Oh,
them.
you. Woo!
But
Me back to the time where I just fell in love with ballroom. Just
my
fell in
thing
love with it.
is, I feel like the show should show more of the people competing and the balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the show should center around the balls and then let the drama come after. Ballroom has enough drama by itself, just from the
Yeah,
balls. Like you don't have to try to concoct it. So that's why I'm like, you could
you
showcase
need to do nothing.
the
Yeah,
beauty of ballroom and everything, and then let all of the other drama that comes along with that do what it
yeah.
does,
This
all
is
on its
true.
own. I think
Yeah,
that's why when we watch shows like House of Fire, that show got a lot of drama, but they showcase ballroom. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We get to see ballroom. So I think that kind of stuff is good. That leads me to the question. I'm gonna ask everybody on the show this question. I want to see what everybody's answer is. I
I
have
can't
my
wait
own opinion, but I want to hear what you have to say.
to say what you gonna say.
Is someone like Warren, who's not in ballroom, not from ballroom, and really kind of doesn't really care to be in ballroom, good for a show that's supposed to highlight ballroom?
Are they good for a show?
For this show that's supposed to be highlighting ballroom, I'm asking.
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say so. Warren, I think, is a show all on his own.
Mm-hmm.
It's no disrespect. He definitely needs his own reality show. Period. Um, I think that there needs to be real life reality dance. And I think that you will really see who Warren really, 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 truly is. So it's a win-win and lose-lose for everybody, right? Because here you're injecting someone, right, into a world that they're unfamiliar with. Um, I guess to kind of bring light to 007s, but most 007s, I think, like Demarius was the true 007. This is someone who wants to get into ballroom, who has ballroom affiliation, who talks to other individuals in ballroom, and is truly interested into actually walking, versus this individual who came about with no recollection of what ballroom is about, with no understanding of what ballroom is, and was injected and then interjected. And um, as you can see, if you've been watching the show, this is what happens when you don't
Mm-hmm.
understand ballroom individuality.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. I've said this to production myself. I think that he's great as a person for reality
Awesome!
television,
Oh my god, I
but not
love
for
the
this
show.
show. And I said the show's supposed to. This person does is loud and vocal about.
What's
I don't
the
really
show?
want
It's
anything to
ballroom.
do with
Yeah,
ballroom. And I'm like, okay, this is not the right show. I feel like if they had a show, and I think that's an idea. You better give me my money for this idea, Greg. I think there should be a real life of dance where they look at strippers and people in that dance world,
because
because
it's a whole nother.
exotic entertainment world. I think that because he
It's
has that history,
phenomenal.
he knows that. He's good at that. When we had this last
And a
episode
lot of his
where he had
attitude
the
is from that world.
mhm.
You know, I
You
think,
could tell in that episode with the
yeah,
pole
yeah.
dancing
The
that
shade
he
is
was in his
different.
element.
Yeah, and I think the shade is different. With ballroom shade versus exotic dancer shade. It's completely different because we've seen shows like um oh my god, I'm having a brain fart here.
All the Queen's Men or no
Not the Queen's Men, but even the Queen's Men, but the other one, P Valley.
P Valley, yeah.
Seeing how those girls give it up, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that's a different kind of shade. It's a different kind of energy than
Mm-hmm.
what ballroom shade brings. It would have been different had they had interjected or injected someone that was actually ballroom affiliated with that much energy. It would
Who
have been
would you
completely
have
different.
cast on the show if you could cast two people that you know from anywhere? They don't have to be from Atlanta, they could be from anywhere. Who would you cast on the show?
I would cast Shakira Been Bad. I would definitely cast Shakira. And then I would definitely try to reach out to the new legend and add some trans masculine energy to the show. Um, um, oh my God, why am I having such brain farts right now? Um, D. Jamel Amiri. I would
Okay.
add those, yeah,
Okay.
because it would make it so hot. It would make it so hot. It
Okay,
would.
so let me ask you this. Who is this man yelling from the third floor balcony down to the house at the people? Who is are you still together with this man?
No.
Oh, I was about to say now, if you are still with this man and he yelling like to get see that's what I'm talking about. Your people down there that do that kind of stuff when they be yelling from the goddamn balcony
You
at
behave
people, and
now.
you looking like, what the fuck?
And see, that was the thing.
That man
I
was yelling
wasn't
at you
going through
out.
what I went through. I wasn't going through what I was going through the 10 years I was missing, but I was going through something. And I think that this person was, I allowed them to infiltrate my space and infiltrate my energy. And they felt entitled to do what they did. And I
Mm,
had to take a step back and remind myself of the peace that I enjoy when I'm in my
I
own
know that's
space,
right.
as you can hear. And
You can
you
hear it
didn't
in
hear
my house too, because I live by
peace.
myself.
Yeah, you,
Hey, hey, hey,
you
hey,
didn't
hey.
hear anything, did you?
Hello, hello,
Okay.
hello.
I value my peace, and when I went and spoke back with that person about what happened, the the response I got was all the more reason to tell them to get the hell out of my get the fuck out of
Mm,
here, because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And I think it's a lot of the times we don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to be alone. So we accept what is right there in front of us. But we don't realize that they are literally leeches, that they are users, that they are abusers, that they are manipulators. And at the time, that was what I was willing to accept, unfortunately.
mm.
Unfortunately, I was able to get through it and get over it. I still see that person out
Well,
at
was the
events.
dick good? Was the dick good?
And
Was the dick good? I'm just asking. I'm just saying.
You know, sometimes we put up with some shit. A good piece of dick might
define
make you look
dick.
past some stuff sometimes.
Define dick.
An appendage between a man's legs that like he might have good booty. I don't know. Listen, whatever he got, is it good? I don't know. Mouth, throat, booty. I don't know. Hands with lotion. I don't know. Whatever he had, was it good? I don't know. Listen, I make
If
no assumptions about
I'm,
anything.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm, I'm not going to give anybody clout and plug their OnlyFans, but many have seen him on OnlyFans. He's actually a trans man that I was dating at the time.
Mm.
So
I
yes, what he
wonder.
has.
That's backstage. We'll say that for after the after show. We'll say that for the after show. Uh, girl, don't let me forget on the after show.
I'm gonna let you forget on purpose.
So tell me, I'm gonna name a person from this show, and I'm gonna name as many people as I can remember now. Don't make me laugh. I want you to tell me what's good about that person, right?
Good
And
about
then
that
I
person?
want you to you can give as much good as you want about that person, but I also want you to give that person some advice. I think you as a mother and somebody and mothers look and see and observe and watch and can say, "Hey baby, this is what I think. This is some advice I could give you." I'm not going to tell you to give me the good and the bad. I'm going to tell you to tell me the good, what you see, and then give some advice
So my
on
advice
what
is
they
for
can do to get
everybody.
better.
So please take this, how you want to take it, but it's all out of love.
All right, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. They grown. Let's start with Demarius.
Oh my God, I love me some Demarius. Um, Mister, put that shit on. Okay, baby, you can wear some clothes. I don't know where you find them, where you make them, who making them, you making them, but baby, whoever it is, you keep putting that shit on. You look amazing. I love your energy. You always bring positivity. When you walk into a room, you literally shift the energy in a room, and it has been a pleasure getting to know you. And I can't wait to continue to get to know you. My advice to you is to get involved. Get involved. Come on over to Mizrahi. Walk for me.
Come on, walk for me. Let's go to Warren.
Warren, I love the high energy. I'm a high energy girl. Like life for the
Wait, was
party.
you at the
Warren.
festival? Did you go when I was at the festival?
The GDR festival, I think
Yes.
I did go.
I'm saying, did you go Saturday morning when we had the thing at the hotel?
No.
No, you weren't there because I didn't see you. I was there. Baby, listen, the way I had that was my first time
No,
meeting
I
him.
didn't go. I didn't go. I
That was
didn't.
my first time meeting Warren. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "I said, what you do?" He said, "I dance." And why did I say, "Oh, you dance? Let me see a quick eight
Let me
count."
see. Why would you
I
say
said,
that?
girl, I said, "Let me see a quick eight count."
Because
Baby,
baby, he
when that
went to
young man rolled
flipping
from one part of the room all the way
and
to the other
all
part
the way to the other
within
part.
the
Yes,
hands
he
net,
did.
I said, "Girl."
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. If you had a hard on, I'm sure it went down because you didn't know
And
whether to stick it in or stick it out. Yeah. And it's no shade to Warren, but that's that high energy I'm speaking of. You know what I like most about Warren? His spiritual. His spirit. He's very spiritual. He's very connected with the universe. Very in tune. Very just. He's all into that, and he doesn't mind sharing that. And he will speak positivity into your life. He will tell you that you're beautiful. He will tell you that you're amazing. He will welcome you into a room. He also will let you know who he is. And he will give you that good energy. I love that about Warren. My advice to Warren would be to be mindful of who you decide to give your energy to, because not everybody is welcoming or worthy of your energy.
Mm. What about Chance? I think that's his
That's my
name.
baby. Oh my God. That's my that's my ballroom hubby. So believe me, I was like, oh, Lord have mercy, why they gotta be fighting like this? Because I'm trying to get to know Warren. I'm trying to get to know. I mean, I had just met Chance for the first time when we did the recording, and it was instant connection. It was so instant that one of his children became one of my children. I need to actually follow through with the connection with that child. But he's super busy. Like he is
Is
very
that the
into
one we
his.
saw on that episode?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
Exactly.
He
Like
seemed
he's
real cool. He
super
seemed like
grounded.
real cool people.
Yeah, no, he is super grounded, super about his business, super focused.
He
Nothing is
sounded
gonna
like a
throw him off course.
Capricorn.
He is boom. That's him. Um, but so me and Chance definitely connected. Um, Chance is a true leader. Chance is he's a builder. He's also very no drama. That's why it really shocked me. Um, so it really threw me off when that was drama because I had never seen, even though this is my first time meeting him, based on our conversations that we were having, you would have never even known that somebody had like could snap like that, But I was glad he was there to protect himself because, bitch, please. But my advice to Chance would be to never doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself from this point forward. Don't doubt your judgments. From this point forward, keep building, keep growing. I look forward to what the future has to offer you, and I hope to be a part of it.
Okay.
That's my
What about
advice.
the cute little boy with the hair? I think his name was Denzel or something.
Denzel.
Not to be confused with Dink, whose name is Denzel too.
Yeah, because both, yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
The other one with the hair.
his ballroom name is Dino.
Okay.
His ballroom name is Dino. Um, I enjoy Dino. Dino is the life of the party. He's a good. People don't notice about Dino, but Dino is a shit talker. He is a shit talker. Um, and I really enjoy his company. I don't I don't think I've ever been able to really sit down and have a real heart to heart conversation with him as much as I believe that I should, could, or would, to be able to really give him advice.
Mm.
But based on what I do know, um, I would just say no matter what it is that you're going through, no matter what obstacle it is, keep dodging, keep going. Don't stop. If it's a hurdle, jump the hell over it. Keep going because your runway nasty.
Mm.
Absolutely nasty.
Okay. And lastly, Dink. I can't wait to that interview. That's gonna be. We
It should
got a
be
lot to
interesting.
talk about Dink. When we get to this good interview,
It should be interesting.
we got a lot to talk about. What's good about Dink, and what advice would you give him?
Dink is loyal. Dink is active. Definitely a participator. Dink is he's a sweetheart, and he's sensitive. He's he's talented. I'm sorry. I'm Dink. You're awesome, and you are amazing, sweetheart. My advice to you is don't take everything to heart. And I think you already know who is for you and who is not for you, and just continue to stand on business. I love you.
Well, that's good. No, I'm very excited about that interview with Dink. We got a lot of stuff to weed out and parcel out and stuff like that. Um, I'm really looking forward to seeing where the rest of the season goes.
Me
If you
too.
notice, um, if you notice, I have not reserved space um to talk about. I know you talked on the show about having an incident where you were involving guns and you being, shot and being hospitalized. And I haven't really reserved space for that because um I like to celebrate people where they are. You know what I'm saying? And understand that everybody has a story. I have a story. Everybody here has a story. And oftentimes when people hear some of, the obstacles or some of the, low points, they want to focus on those low points. And anytime you have something good going on, they want to remind you and take you back as if you didn't live through it, as if
Me
you weren't
too,
there.
but I don't mind it. I don't mind it because it's liberating. I think the more I have talked about it, the further away from it that I get, if that makes any sense. And to maybe some it doesn't, but to me it does. I've always been, even as a little girl, bitch. Um,
No, that's right, bitch.
um, I I've always been the my mother's child that always liked to talk about everything. I was always the one asking the questions. I was always the ones that would ask somebody if we needed somewhere to stay or needed help or needed, money for food. I would be the child that would be the one to do it. So I don't mind. Um, now, there's a difference. If I'm not getting paid, you don't get no tears.
Come on, Anita Baker, no more tears. That's my song. I'm gonna listen to that song when I get off of here. Anita Baker,
Okay.
no more tears. Ooh, that's my shit. Child. Speaking of getting paid, production, I need some money.
Hello.
Child.
Season two
Ugh,
better be a coin.
child.
Because that's a lot. I think I think with a coin you can make more demands though. You can kind of contract things and definitely say what is, you know, recordable and what's not recordable.
Well, how do you
Um,
feel about I know I have issues with it, I'm sure, and I want to know your concern. How do you feel about the fact that the show was filmed what in 2023 or something like that? And we're in freaking 2025 and we're just getting the show out. And I say that because you see a remarkable difference between the film stuff and the confessionals because the confessionals are more recent and the stuff on film is from damn near two years ago, and a lot has changed. A lot
a
of
lot
people's
has changed,
feelings
which
and
is why.
attitudes about each other have changed because what I see on film,
Yeah,
they kumbayaing, and then you in the confessional dog walking and dragging this person, and it just don't add up. It's just like, wait, what?
it doesn't. It doesn't. I think uh and Mr. Ruffin let him do it.
Mhm. Did
I love you, Mr. Ruffin.
wow.
But I think that you make a valid point. I'm not in charge of production, so I can't say what went wrong. Um, what I can say is, hopefully, if there is a season two, that we don't become secondary to real life reality music or any other real life
Mm,
reality. That every show or platform has an equal opportunity to be able to be debuted at a reasonable time. But a lot of the issues that that occurred, if I must defend production,
mhm.
okay, if I have to come to their defense, it was really difficult to get people to actually do the confessionals. Either they had to work or they were out of state or they just weren't available for whatever reason. So that made things kind of drag along a little bit further than what they should have for when he really wanted to release it. So there was always postponement or things like that.
I got you. I really think that, and like I said, I've watched all of the shows. I really think this show has the highest ceiling. I think that of all of the shows, and I'm telling you, I've been here from day one with real life reality and production. Of all of his shows, Real Life Ballroom actually has the highest ceiling
There's
because
so many
there
places
is,
you can go with it.
yes, there is a market for, it's been proven, it is very marketable, it is very successful, people are interested, people are vested in, and if done right, like I say, that's why I say if you focus on the
Right.
ballroom itself, the
There's
drama comes
so
with ballroom. You don't have
yeah,
to try to make up
they're gonna
drama.
show
It
up.
comes with it.
I think where it gets to be a little, I think a barrier. If I'm going to use if I'm going to use my verbiage correctly here, a barrier would be the higher up you get to that ceiling, um, the more you are going to have to offer
Mm,
individuals. Um, Even myself at the time when I was approached by it, I said, "Oh, I sure could use a coin." But I also come from public health, and I
mhm,
understand when a platform is presented, how to utilize that platform and connect with the community and outreach and communicate and educate and empower using the platform that I've been allowed to be on. So that's what I realized that it was for, and it wasn't for my financial growth. It was for, the community as a whole, to put it out there. Um, but I do feel like, because perhaps this was me and Mr. Ruffin's first interaction together, to kind of show and prove how I show up and the ideas that I have to present. I believe that if he were to do a season two, I would definitely want to be more involved in the casting, um,
mm.
to kind of create a deeper, you know, to go a little bit deeper into ballroom, because there are so many people that would be interested in being a part of real life reality ballroom, and so many stories that can help define um, ballroom in its entirety. And I mean ballroom, not the, dancer, not the, potential, but actual ballroom. It almost felt like the only ballroom walkers or individuals who could even tell you about ballroom
Was you and Dink?
um, was Dink and myself
Yeah,
at,
that's
at,
it.
at a lot of times. So it was like we were more or less teaching rather than doing
And
ballroom.
that's why, for example, in episode, I believe it was 3, I was kind of offended for Dink when they went to that store and Dink was trying to give, some advice about, hey, this is what it was. And he was just really give, a lot of people just don't offer that kind of information. They ain't just give it. And then the confessional, there was this, oh, that I was like, but wait a minute, this man is over here giving up his time trying to really school you and give you it. I
I
was
don't
just
think that there was the respect from the individual that was receiving it.
that too. That too.
There wasn't a
And then
respect.
you
There's not a true love, because you gotta love. I mean, you really have to love ballroom.
mhm.
And nowadays, it's really difficult to find people who actually love ballroom the way that most of us love ballroom. And if you've fallen in love with ballroom, if you've even as a spectator, you would have literally you would have done this and listened,
Right.
because there's so much to ballroom. And I
And you
think
got
Duke
somebody
was
who's
delivering it.
literally walking, participating, who knows, what is going on.
What's going on, the dynamics. And if he
Child.
would, if he do it, and I don't know if he do it without a coin, but several other people I would add on to the show. Shoot, Um, Mon Cherie. Um, I would definitely add my sister to the show. Um, um, Nikki, Deasia Prescott, all of these beautiful people. Andre, Mama D, J Lo, all of them. Shoot, if you can go and get Temperance, go get Temperance. You know what I'm saying? As you go higher in that ceiling, go and grab these people and really know what ballroom is about.
I got an
Really,
old student of mine
you know what I'm saying?
who was on
Like, like,
Legendary.
you know what I'm saying? Like Fred, Delcourt. Add these people. They are there. They are there, and they love ballroom. Like Booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, just incredible people, man. Or even if, shoot, my brother. What? My
Mm,
brother Paris, the commentator, Norman Ebony. Stop playing with
I
me.
love a
I
good
would have this
commentator.
show lit.
I
I would
love a
have
good
this
commentator.
show lit.
What do we have to look forward to from you for the rest of the season? I forgot how many episodes we said we had. What, seven, six,
Oh, God,
or
because it
seven?
was recorded so long ago, as you've
You don't
stated, I
even remember. It was
was
so long
when
ago.
it come
It's
out.
okay, girl. I blame
Girl, I
production. You
can't
don't
tell
even know
you.
what's coming up.
I can't tell you. Um,
Yeah. Were you there
I,
when they had that look, I guess, cash trip with the fight?
I was there.
Oh, don't tell me nothing. I'm waiting. I'm
No,
saving
I have
space.
nothing to say about that. I have
Oh,
nothing to say
okay.
about that. What I can say is if that hasn't debuted yet, um, um, more of me. I mean, I what you get is what you see. I wish we were recording now. To have the cameras around now with the things that I'm working on now, that is what I wish people
What
could
are you
see.
working on now?
I'm Atlanta Mother of the Year. Since
Come on,
then,
Mother
I'm
of the
Atlanta Mother
Year.
of the Year. Yes, I am. And I'm so blessed by it. So blessed by it because it came as a shock to me. In the Kiki scene, I am female figure runway of the year. And going back into mainstream, this is my second year of winning female figure realness of the year. So I'm a two-time female figure winner of the year for realness in mainstream. My first time winning an of the year for runway and Kiki, and my first time being mother of the year. And with that, I intend on giving it all back to the community because I am so appreciative.
You got to
Um,
invite me to a ball. I've not been to a
I
ball in
would
Atlanta.
love that. Oh my gosh. Oh my
I shouldn't
gosh.
say
You
I haven't
have
been to a
to.
ball in Atlanta because I
You
have
have
been to
to.
balls in
Hey,
Atlanta.
look, if I'm going to invite
But
you out, I'm going to invite you out to the last time to shine ball 2025, baby.
when is that? I
Um,
got to check my
That's
schedule.
it. Ms. Rahis are taking that ball back, baby, and we are going to make some noise. I cannot wait till last time to shine 2025.
When is
Mama D,
that?
J Lo, I love y'all. I love
When is
y'all.
it?
And then people can really look forward if you are paying attention outside of the show. Um, there is an open practice that Ms. Rahi is doing March. I want to say it's March 7th,
That's a
from
Friday.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Donnelly Howell. There's an event space that is rented. I hope to see some people come out that are interested in hitting the mainstream floor. Um, and as far as Kiki is concerned, I love my newfound house, Monse. Mike, I love you. Oh, I'd also put Mike on the damn show too. But there's a lot of people I put on the show. Um, but you know what? It's all love. You could look forward to seeing more events from the House of Mizrahi. You could look forward to seeing camaraderie, unity, and more building.
You still didn't tell me what ball I'm going to. I need to go to a
You're
ball.
going to the last. There'll be some others that I'll introduce you to, but really, all the balls that I'm going to be going to coming up are out of state. Um,
Oh.
they don't really have as many balls in Atlanta as they should. So the
Mm.
only one that I could think of off the top of my head right now would be Fire and Desire, which is in August. Um, and Last Time to Shine, which is going to be December. I want to say the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one that Mizrahi, the overall southeastern parents, D, who's the father of Mizrahi for the southeastern region, and the mother of the southeastern region, which is J Lo, the legendary J Lo, Mizrahi. They're teaming up and they're having that ball this December. It's called the Last Time to Shine Ball
Okay.
2025. So you have to come out to any of those, unless you want to meet us in South Carolina for this awards ball for I think it's the 28th, 29th of
What
March.
part of South
Or
Carolina?
you
Because
can,
if it's
or you can go ahead and
Charleston,
meet us, or you can meet us over there in Texas.
I got a few pieces of trade
Right.
down to the Charleston, South Carolina, and I got a couple in Columbia too. Yeah.
Or you can go ahead and meet us on over in Texas, where the house of Mizrahi has been inducted into the Hall of Fame, as well as our founding, which is as well as our founder and our founding father, Andre, the icon and pioneer himself, Andre Mizrahi, is also being inducted again once more into the Hall of Fame. So come on out to Texas,
Okay.
or come on out to South Carolina.
Um,
Yeah, we some traveling girls. We some traveling girls.
listen, you ain't got to tell me I got to travel this week. I have not been in Atlanta one weekend since in
Oh
2025. Not a single weekend in 2025 have I been in Atlanta.
my goodness, that's a blessing, though, right? At
Yeah.
some point, you manifested that. At some point,
Speaking
you
of which, I'm going
manifested.
out of town tomorrow morning, but I might make a pit stop tonight. I might go somewhere tonight.
Not a pit. Stop.
Let me see if a couple spoons can get if a spoon can be dipped into a sugar bowl
Cut it out.
tonight.
Cut it out.
It's
Cut
cold
it out.
out there, so you know.
Cut it out.
Damn. Anyway, we about to get out of here, so I want to give you the last word to say anything to the people, tell the people how to find you and where to follow you, your socials and stuff like that. I did put I know your Instagram and your threads is in the chat. I mean in the description box of this video. If you want to promote, definitely I know you do nails and all of that stuff or anything else you got going on that you want to promote. Tell the people.
Well, first off, thank you, Teddy, for having me on your platform. It has definitely been fun. I've enjoyed speaking with you, and I hope it's not the last time that we get to connect. I can be found on Facebook as Paige Brooks. I probably have over 5,000 friends, so if you cannot save me as a friend, please DM me or follow me or whatever it allows you to do. If you go over to IG, you can find me at _I am LANANICOLE. Um, that's I am Lana Nicole. Attached to that is my nail page, my business page at nails. That's nails with an S, NAILS _ with a twist. Twist stands for transgender woman involved in strategies for transformation. Always make it a point to pay attention to what's going on in your life and change the trajectory of your life by manifesting positive things. Speak to yourself the way you would have others speak to you, and take nothing and leave no coins behind. I love
I need you
y'all.
to do something with these claws. I
Come
need to
on.
cut them. You know,
Come
I
on.
want my pointer finger just broke today. So,
Come on
and
in
this is
here.
only like a week and a
Come
half of growth. My nails
That's
grow too
beautiful.
fast.
You know,
I,
it's some
I
people out
don't
there
like
who
my nails. I
put nails
really
like
hate
that.
them.
You
Huh?
drink a lot of water.
I don't.
A lot of
My
water.
whole life they've grown like this.
You drink a lot of
And
water, don't you? You drink a
and so
lot of
I need to
water.
cut these claws.
Because you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that's that good gin you over there drinking and got them
These are
nails that
good
long.
gin did this. Good gin did these now. And this is like a week and a half. I need to
Oh,
cut
okay.
these claws.
No, you just need to, groom them and put some good protector on them. They won't get in your way.
They do.
They look good when you. Okay, never mind.
All right, listen, y'all. We about to get out of here and go to the after show. As I always say to y'all, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. I appreciate y'all for being here with us. We had a good time. We going to the after party backstage. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We are out. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
If I can find the